In this video series titled Keys of Magic, I use the terms art, craft, and method synonymously and interchangeably. I most often will say magical art or simply art. A magical art is a creating language. An art allows experience to be built. Since all human method is magical art, this means that you can choose any learning and practice you like and still be a magician, although you may then also refer to yourself relating to the mastery of a particular art and not as a magician generally. The possibilities of what to choose and dedicate yourself to are endless. Your world is a canvas and you hold the editing program. No other archetype is this much about preference. One of the conversations you get to have with and about yourself as the magician is about your preferences. After all, it is the desires you hold that will lead to the appearances you call. Dedicating as a magician will give you the chance to sort out true preferences from other choices you may be making due to what is unhealed in you. P.S. You don't have to choose your art from listening to this one video. You might, if that insight comes to you strongly. Otherwise, consider my words today to simply be one opportunity to ponder. Future discussions I share will give you further opportunity to focus your practice. There's no hurry. Some of you will know exactly who you are and what you love in terms of art. You knew that before you ever started listening to the Keys of Magic video series. I write symphonies. I love everything about electricity. I perform motorcycle tricks. I embody traditional Celtic arts. If you already know, then great. You have the joy of merging the principles I am teaching you with an art you already love. By the way, you don't have to choose just one art. You can choose a related cluster of arts or completely different interests and practice them separately or fuse them in new ways. It really doesn't matter. Earth life is supposed to be fun. You can dive into one art for a while and then move on to another one. It doesn't have to be a lifelong dedication unless that's what you want. You can be an explorer dipping your toe into many things at the initiate level. You can learn just enough about magic itself and about various arts, crafts, and methods that will allow you to enjoy your life, period. You don't have to go all master on everything or even anything. Curiosity is a great way to live. You can invent your own art. Even if you choose a specific practice now, the unfolding of time and new experiences you will always have as an individual may lead you in some future to an unexpected place, including an art you never once imagined undertaking. Let that happen. Choose now and also be willing for the unexpected later on. Remember that becoming a magician and or practicing an art is not about becoming special and gaining power. Arts are a way to express the unique shine and power you already possess within you. One way to start to consider what your art may be is to identify what kind of beings you have an affinity for and whose language and company you might want to know. And when I say beings, I do mean any flora or fauna, but I also could mean different humans with affinity experiences. I also could mean if you have an affinity for robotics, or for emotions, or for water, or for wedding dresses, or for stars. Any being. You may not yet know what your exact practice track will be, but that may give you a clue of what Earth siblings you would like to spend your time with. Another place is to start is to tap into the indigenous worldviews and practices of your culture and or of your ancestors, including religious systems. Ancestral magics hold a lot of wisdom, but don't make the mistake of thinking they knew perfectly, better than us. On some things they may have, but there is also likely wisdom they didn't know yet that we are learning currently. However, again, it's a good place to start, even if you find out it's not what you prefer. Ask yourself the question, what experiences were these people trying to create and why? And what were their formulas of change? Finally, if you really have been listening to these Keys of Magic videos, you may actually know that your art is going to be embodying the magician archetype. I am a magician. That's an art. And even then, there are endless flavors of magicianness. As you go along in learning and practicing the keys, your unique magician groove will emerge. There is no way I can teach all arts in this series, so my teaching will continue to give shape to the craft of the magician generalist. Key 43, the learning of language is one major thread of a magician's dedication. Key 44, practicing an art is essentially the learning of a specific language and the coming to know specific beings that serve and are served by that art.